Hey everybody, David here, and today I want to talk about some random stuff today about the Disney parks and about vlogging in general, I guess. So let's get right into it. First of all, there's a lot of talk recently because if you've seen my video going to Hollywood Studios that I did 2 weeks ago, a little over 2 weeks ago, almost 3 weeks ago actually. The Little Mermaid show that they had there is closed. It's been closed for a while, and now there have been reports going around that apparently the show might be reopening. Now, this is actually pretty interesting news to me because, just a few weeks ago, I had heard for so long that this place has been closed down since the pandemic started and hasn't reopened since. So this is the first time that a lot of park fans are hearing news about it, and I thought, wow, this is interesting, but I'm hearing some people a little mixed on some of this news, which I thought was interesting, because you think that more people would be happy that a show is returning, but it doesn't. I heard one vlogger in particular, I'm not going to name who it was, but they seemed a little bummed out about it, mostly because of the area that show is in hasn't seen much growth in recent years, and they were hoping that, I guess, something new would help bring more attraction, more people to come to that area, because that area usually closes early at night and around 5-6 p.m. And I can attest to that because I went to the Star Wars launch bay, which is near that area, and yeah, it does close around like 5 or 6 o'clock, I believe. So it's interesting that some people feel a little mixed by it. Like, some people are happy that it's going to return, but it's going to return like with some new enhanced moments in the show, focusing a lot more on the musical aspect, which it was already a musical. So it's like, okay, so it's still going to be the same show, just with some more enhanced things being part of the show. Which is, to me, interesting. I was hoping to see that show again because I haven't seen it since I was last in Hollywood Studios back in 2004, 19 years ago. So it was one of the things that, unfortunately, I wasn't able to see again because I like a little bit of the nostalgia. I'm a nostalgic person, so going back to Hollywood Studios again a few weeks ago was a lot of fun. Seeing the Indiana Jones show again, seeing the Muppet Vision 3D, seeing the Beauty and the Beast show, which I all have up on iTunes, on YouTube already, so you guys, not on iTunes, I'm not selling anything. But yes, you can check them up on YouTube. And yeah, it's a lot of fun, man. And so hearing that this show is coming back, to me, as someone, an outsider of the park, someone who doesn't get the chance to go to the parks very often, I think this is cool news, man. And I hope the next time, which I hope to go back to Florida again, and California, either parks, that I wouldn't mind seeing the Little Mermaid show again. That it was a nice little show. Some people like me like the shows. I'm not big on the big roller coaster thrill rides like some people usually are. But for me, I like watching the shows. I like watching I like going on the dark rides more than the actual roller coasters that have huge dips and go upside down and stuff like that. Like, I'd rather have a show over one of those roller coasters. And it's great that people love the big thrill rides. I'm not the big thrill ride kind of guy. I'm chicken. I'm happy to admit that. But with that being said, look, I'm always happy when I hear new things coming to the park, or even old things coming back to the park, because as someone who doesn't get to experience very often, it's something that allows me to go, and the next time I go, to go and check out when it's finally there again. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. I think this Little Mermaid news is really cool news, to be honest. And leave down your comments below if you've ever experienced that attraction, and tell me what your thoughts are on it. Are you somebody that's like me, you enjoy watching the shows that they have at Disney World or Disneyland, either one? Let me know in the comment section below. Now let's talk about some vlogging, right? I've noticed, I haven't been part of the Disney community for too long. I've only started watching a lot of these videos really when the pandemic started. Because that's when we were all locked up at home and we had to, what's on TV, what's on YouTube, what's on the streaming services. And a lot of the videos I binged watched, other than true crime videos, was Disney World videos because I really wanted to go back. Even before the pandemic started, I was already planning on going back with my brothers because before my brother Simon got married, the idea was that we were going to go have a little bachelor party with the three of us in Disney World or Disneyland, one or the other, because we wanted to go to Galaxy's Edge. All three of us are Star Wars fans, but I would say maybe Simon is slightly the bigger Star Wars fan of the three of us. I'm probably more of the Marvel fan. I love Star Wars too, though, so don't get me wrong. But yes, we wanted to experience Galaxy's Edge. Eventually, it did turn into Disney's California Adventure and Disneyland because we realized both Avengers Campus and Galaxy's Edge were down in California, so that's why we opted for California rather than Florida. That's the advantage in California. If you love Marvel, you get Star Wars in both parks, so it doesn't really matter. So we picked California, and I'll say this. What was I trying to say? So, I just rambled on and on. To get back on track, what I'm trying to say is, I noticed that there's a lot of vloggers out there and that it does feel a little crowded sometimes. So it is good that someone like me who's an outsider on looking in is evaluating what the landscape of this market is like. I don't know if that's the right word to use, market, but yeah, it is a very big, broad fan base, but at the same time, it does seem like a lot of people are struggling with views. And it's not just one vlogger, it's a lot of vloggers, right? There's a lot of people, including myself. I'm trying to get into this space too, but it's not easy. And I'm gonna tell this to you guys as someone who, sometimes I do let the views get to me. I don't know why. I've always promised myself that if it starts feeling like a job, I'll stop doing it and do something else, which is what I already did, with the movie reviews and stuff like that. I was getting depressed because of the views I was starting to get. My how to watch videos still continue to do great. That's awesome. I could just carry on with that, but I don't have that in me anymore. I don't have it in me that I want to do those type of videos. I just want to do videos for fun. But even the videos that I still do for fun, there is a part of me that wants them to do better than how I see them doing. And maybe there's people out there that are feeling the same like me, There's people that are doing their own content and they see their views aren't doing as good as it should be. And it makes it even more frustrating when, for an example, for me, I have 3,000 subscribers, over 3,000 subscribers. That makes me happy. That's cool. The problem is, why aren't all 3,000 of them watching every video that I post out, right? I was looking at some of the stats recently, and apparently only 5% of my 3,000 subscribers, 5% are returning to watch all my videos. And according to the stats, that's literally about 20 to 30 people out of that 3,000. So it is frustrating when you read that and you're wondering why aren't the rest of them coming back? I kind of already knew that once I started last year changing gears on my channel, that's what was going to happen, that I was probably going to alienate the people who have subscribed to my channel more for the movie content. But it's just not what I wanted to do anymore. So, and I knew that, look, it's going to be me going from the ground up, building once again. Even if it takes another 5-6 years, who knows? But then again, I also realized that maybe this is not something that I want to do for very long, Maybe this is just a temporary thing for me. But I also look at other vloggers out there, and it makes me feel for a lot of them because I see a lot of them struggling too, and it is frustrating. And look, I'm gonna plug in JoJo's World once again because to me, he is the best example at this. He is somebody with 1.5 million subscribers, and you look at his videos, a lot of them have done really great, but there have been some videos, and he'll admit this himself, where you can tell because when he talks about it on his own vlogs, he feels like they should be doing that. And I agree with him. I think they should be doing massively great. And I can feel for him as a content creator myself that, like, yeah, that must be frustrating. You know, you have 1.5 million subscribers, but your videos are only making roughly 10,000 to 20,000 views per video. And, you know, if I was in his place, that would, like, drive me insane. It would drive me insane because it's like, why aren't the 1.5 million subscribers coming back and watching all of my stuff? What now? There is an algorithm out there that everybody is aware of. Even the movie content creators, like people who talk about movies, because I still watch a lot of them, like Christian Harloff, right? Screen Junkies. A lot of them are also noticing that their views aren't as strong as they used to. So I'm not just using Disney vloggers as an example. This is a problem with YouTube as a whole. And it's frustrating. It's funny because I think my shorts have done so much better than my regular videos, and it's frustrating to me because even though I do get the idea of the shorts, because they do link back to the video that you're making a short from, so it does, I guess, help a little bit at getting people to say, hey, if you like this short, go watch the rest of the video. But it doesn't really advertise it in that way. Like, you have to click on the little icon on the bottom to see what the bigger video is that this short is being clipped from. And I just feel frustrated. You know, it is frustrating, and I feel frustrated for all the other content creators out there who deserve to be doing better. And you know, it's a struggle. It's a struggle, and I don't know how to fix it. I saw something, I didn't watch the video yet, but I know Film Theory. It was Film Theory or Game Theory talking about how shorts are starting to ruin YouTube. And I should watch that video because I wonder what I would think now after I see that, to see if I agree with them or not. But even Film Theory, I haven't been watching as much as I used to. It's weird because I think a lot, for me, when it comes to the movie side of things, I feel a little burnt out by it, and it's mostly because of the negativity. I haven't experienced too much negativity yet on the Disney park side of things, although I did stumble onto 2 channels recently that are very negative towards other YouTube vloggers out there, vloggers who vlog about Disney, their experience at the parks and such, and you know, talking daily vlogging. And I don't mind daily vlogging. I think congratulations to anybody that can do it every day. For me, my life is not that interesting enough to do daily vlogging, so you guys would be put to sleep. That's why it's better for me to do what I'm doing, you know, now, or the type of content that I've been doing for the last year, because my life, daily vlogging for me, I promise you, is not interesting. But how can we? But yeah, I have noticed that there are some negative people out there against daily vloggers, and to me, I just don't understand negativity. If you are going to give criticism to people, give constructive criticism. I don't understand people that have to put other people down just for their own enjoyment or stuff. And it's not just obviously vloggers, Disney vloggers. There's you know, I used to watch John Campea, and I gave up on him when I felt he was starting to give off a negative vibe quite a bit. You know, his news reporting started becoming more of things should be going this way instead of that way, instead of, you know, letting the creators, the movie creators and the streaming creators, whatever, do the type of stories that they want to do. It's okay for constructive criticism, but when you start acting negative and start banging your hand on the table, getting upset because a show didn't go your way, I'm gonna give you a little bit of a break. But he has his own hatred too. There's a channel called John Campea Exposed, which hates John Campea. And as much as I get annoyed with John Campea, I don't hate him. I mean, his channel, he's just not what I want to listen to anymore. So I turn off his channel and that's it. And now there's this channel that makes fun of him, and they go a little bit too far because they start doing these personal attacks that I don't understand why. Like, okay, if you don't like the guy, that's fine. If you want to do a parody channel, I guess that's okay. But to me, sometimes the jokes go too far. And when I look in the comments section and see how toxic it is, in that, like, you could tell these people are, I'm not going to say what political side they take, but you can kind of guess what political side they're on. And it's frustrating. It's frustrating. There's people that just love to hate, and I'll never understand that. I think we all need to love a lot more. We all need to be better to our fellow man, even the people that are just doing this for fun. Like, let people have fun. It doesn't hurt you. It doesn't hurt me. That's what these people do for enjoyment. And look, daily vlogging, I see a lot of these Disney vlog people that some do it better than others. I love JoJo's World because he makes me laugh. I think he is one of the funniest vloggers. I'm even gonna throw in another channel here, Show Me Love Jeet. I love this guy. He is just as funny as JoJo's World. Actually, they cross over quite a bit, and I love it when they cross over because I think both of them are hilarious. I think Show Me Love Jeet, he does it in a way where his videos, his vlogging even feels very different from everybody else. Where you watch some of the other vloggers, I think there is a little bit of similarities. Like, okay, these people are just talking about the same thing sometimes. I think JoJo does it in a way where it's fresh because he's more fun. He definitely is a more fun personality, where a lot of other ones just feel like, okay, I get it. You're having a good time. You're looking at the crowds. Cool. Where Show Me Love Jeet actually does this really creative editing choices and he adds some music and clips, funny little sound clips that actually make his videos feel unique and cool. And so I don't know if either JoJo or Jeet will watch this video, but if you do, guys, continue doing what you're doing because I love it, man. And I will support both of you all the way, 100%. I've been watching all your videos, and I have been supporting, liking all your videos, and supporting and commenting on both of your videos every day because I think what you guys create is really awesome. And so please continue on doing what you're doing because you're entertaining a Canadian guy like me. So thank you. And as somebody who appreciates funny people, because I can be a little funny too from what I've been told, I appreciate that humor. So thank you very much if you guys ever watch this. I don't know. So with that being said, guys, look, I think I'm rambling on and on enough already. So with that being said, I hope you guys like this video. Please subscribe to my channel because I promise it's not always me going to vlog like this. Maybe once in a while I will if I have some thoughts to put out, like the Little Mermaid news that came out. Maybe I do want to add a little bit more to that conversation as well. As someone who's an outsider who doesn't live in America, maybe I do want to add my voice to the park community because I do love the parks, and if I could go there every day, I would. So with that being said, until next time, everybody, take care.